Hey there. It's been a bit of time since my last video. Just kind of going through a good moment. So I just thought I'd get on here and just share what's happening. So I have been sharing some videos about some debts that I have and trying to pay them down and just feeling the stress and shame of um, you know owing that money, having those debts. And so I've been doing a lot of work and I just wanted to share what I've been doing. So, what I did was I made some folders, and because before this, I had my bills just kind of like in a pile, and the pile, of course, is old habits, kind of something my dad would do, just kind of shove the debts, the papers, into a pile, sometimes out of sight, not want to deal with them. And I just, wanted to kind of change that habit. So I was thinking about it and I decided, if I get folders, if I get some envelopes, if I find a way, develop a way to organize things, it doesn't seem so scary, it doesn't seem so big, and it just didn't seem like something I could tackle. But let me show you. So I don't know if you can see these. Yeah. So these are my debts. And so I have a number of them here. Looks like about 8 envelopes, and each one is its own debt. About half are already set up. This is great news. So already about half, and that includes some credit cards and medical debt. Um, I have set up through payment plans. So that's really exciting. And so then the other envelopes that I don't have set up through a payment plan, I just did the math and it's just over $5,500. And when I did that math, it's exciting because I knew it used to be over 8,000. But like I said, I have some set up through payment plans, so I'll be chipping away at those. And the time frame of those current payment plans, I believe within a year and a half to 2 years, they'll be paid off. And it's just amazing to think about it that way. Again, starting in a place where I had the bills in a pile, not organized, just stressing about them, to recently, just trying to tackle them and take ownership and take accountability. Um, so it's just exciting. And I just think it's such an achievement. Like we have to toot our own horns once in a while. Sometimes people go through an achievement and they just kind of like brush it aside and say, okay, what's next? What's next? It's good. It's good to keep moving and looking forward. But also, it's good, very good mentally for our mental health to acknowledge the victories, to acknowledge, when we are able to um, get those victories and get those bills set up through payment plans. Even that can be scary to call and to feel like the people who, have the debt, either a company or even if it's been brought to a collection agency, you can think, well, they won't treat me well. They'll be, condescending. Maybe again, those are old habits, old memories of myself when I was younger, trying to pay off a debt and dealing with some companies. And there may have been one who seemed threatening, or just a horrible experience trying to deal with people who you have a debt with. But I've been very lucky. All the people who I've been dealing with over the last few months setting up these payment plans have been very, very helpful. Um, it's just the way it is, unfortunately, right now. I was trying to find a current um, study, and the most recent one I could find was in 2025. So, just last year. But it was saying, between 60 and 70% of people live paycheck to paycheck. and that is me. That is definitely me. So, and so, I mean, it's kind of comforting, I guess, to know that you're within the majority of something, but at the same time, it's just difficult. It's just hard. It's a hard time, and um, so just wanted to get on here and share the good news. The good news, that I'm setting up those payment plans. I'm taking accountability. I'm working full time. Um, outside of these debts, the debt amount that I mentioned, the only other debts I have are my car. I am behind on my car loan. Again, so many people are. But personally, I am behind on my car loan. So that's a debt to be included with the debts I'm dealing with. Another debt is an issue with leaving an apartment and just, I guess it was a breaking the lease. The apartment was left in really poor condition, so that went to trial, and I was able to set up a plan with the landlord. So I do send money once a month to pay down my portion of what that agreement came to. So that's another debt. And then there's just another debt that I'm trying to work through, but it just seems too big to tackle right now. We just got to know what's good for us, what's good for our mental health. Sometimes you do need to put something down and just kind of walk away from it if it's too much. Um, but I will get to it, and I know I have the strength to do it. And that debt in particular is related to my husband, who I'm separated with. It's his tax debt. And I do realize, I just found out, I don't know if it's too late, but there is a form that I can fill out and submit, and that may be possible for me to be separated from his debt. I understand that when, like a married couple, one person has a tax debt, both people are responsible, which is crazy. But me being separated from my husband for over 5 years now, I just came to realize about this form I can fill out. So I'm going to try to do that, bit by bit, try to see if that, I don't know if it's too late. All I can do is look into it and maybe get advice on it. And if I can separate myself from that tax bill that he owes, that's under his name, um, that maybe that would be, I mean, oh my goodness, that would be tremendous if I can get separated from that. So my biggest thing here I wanted to share today was just, when things look scary, especially when it's a debt, um, like I said, it can be healthy to put it down and walk away from it for a little bit, and but then you just need to get back into it, seek advice, talk to people. Number one is knowing that you're not alone. That's so important. You're not alone. Um, and two, just tackle what you can. Maybe like today, one inspiration I had to do this video was I went through my debts, outside of the ones that are set up through the payment plans, and I have them organized from, least amount of money to most. And so I was able to send a payment for that least amount. So, chip by chip, piece by piece, that's one down. And so it just feels good. It just feels good. And I just wanted to share the good stuff. Um, as I've done in the past, I will include here information if one of my one of the people who see this want to help me. I'm being completely open with you and completely um, accountable and responsible, with an honest, definitely being honest. But if anyone here does want to help me, because I am past due on my car loan, and if anyone out there feels that they would like to help me, oh my goodness, I would. That's just such a blessing, we do what we can to help each other in this world. We're all just, trying to get by and survive and live and love and help each other and lift each other up. So if anyone feels like they could help me, the easiest way would be to um, send money through my PayPal. I know a lot of people have different ways to do it, but that's all I have set up for myself. So now the way to reach my PayPal is LISASWEDOCK at Gmail, and that will reach my PayPal. So if anyone out there would like to help me, the money would go, number one, to my auto loan. I'm currently, again, being completely honest with you here. I believe I just written it down. I believe I'm like 70 days past due and about 1100 past due. I do send what I can. I do have a set amount I'm supposed to pay each month, of course, that's how it works. But I just haven't been able to send what is due completely each month. And so it is adding up. So again, if people here, I would just be so grateful. And so again, just wanted to share my victories, share the ups and share the downs. You know, we're all doing our best. And I just want to say thank you. All right. Have a good day.